I'm driving home from Hershey. More correctly, that's the AACA Eastern Fall Meet. And most people just refer to it as Hershey. Now, this is the first time that I've made the pilgrimage to the Mecca of antique car parts. But I doubt it's going to be my last because it was awesome. As a Hershey virgin, I wasn't really sure what to expect from my first time. But wow, it was awesome. Hi, I'm Stephen from Flivver Channel. I'm driving to Hershey, Pennsylvania. I'm going to be attending the AACA Hershey Fall Meet. It's a large swap meet for classic cars with a car corral and even a big car show. Now, I've never been to Hershey. It's a bucket list item for a lot of people. It's supposed to be the biggest, the most incredible swap meet for classic car parts imaginable. I know people from all over the world come to this show just to find parts for their classic cars. It's huge. I'm told it's over 28 miles of walking to do the whole show. Now, I've never been to a large swap meet before. The swap meets in Ontario are really small, and I'll be lucky if there's just a few Model T parts here and there mixed among the hot rods and small block Chevy stuff. So I'm really looking forward to finding out what this is like. I'm prepared to be pretty overwhelmed, to be honest. I'm currently driving on Interstate 99, heading south, just approaching the Pennsylvania border. So I'm in New York State right now. I left this morning from Rochester. I was staying there with a friend. I've still got almost 3 hours of driving before I arrive in Hershey. I'm driving my pickup truck with my slide-in camper on the back. This truck's a 2015 Ram 3500 dually with the Cummins turbo diesel engine and a stick shift. It handles this kind of trip really well. Super comfortable, reliable. I hesitate to say the word fuel efficiency, but let's at least say it's got reasonable fuel consumption considering the weight and the size of my camper. So I'm really lucky to have this, and it's going to make for a great trip. I'll be camping at the Hershey site in my truck camper for the whole week. The camping is completely unserviced. It's just a spot in a field, I'm told. So I'll need to manage my limited resources in my truck camper for the whole week. I do not have a generator, but I do have some extra golf cart batteries that I've added to the system. So I'll be arriving with all my batteries charged and a full tank of fresh water. So I'm hoping I can make it the whole week. Now it's just myself, so I'll be alone in the camper. So I just entered Pennsylvania. So now I'm going south on US 15. Beautiful country. Rolling hills, great road. Thought I'd tell you a little bit about the preparations I made for this visit. So I know there's going to be a lot of walking, and I wanted to be able to take my cameras, my lunch, and have some way to carry any parts I might buy. So I put together a little red wagon. Other than that, I've just packed clothes for all kinds of different weather and good walking shoes. There isn't much on my list in terms of parts that I need. A few little things I'd like to find. Some older rebuildable spark plugs like the Champion X. I don't have any of those. I need some old generator cutouts that I can rebuild so that I have those if I need them in the future. But mostly I just want to see what it's like, see what's there, see what catches my eye. Well, I'm just 5 minutes away from Hershey now. The clouds have parted, we've got some sunshine. It's a lovely evening, the sun is setting. And soon I'll be arriving at the show grounds and then finding my parking area. I'm starting to see signs. I see campers towing trailers with old cars on them, old cars driving the same direction as myself. I think a lot of other Hershey attendees are on their way there now too. Oh my God, it's enormous. It's just huge. It just goes and goes. And it's still going. My goodness. Wow. Now that's really something. It's going to take the whole week to see it. I camped in the AACA camping field, just northeast of the Redfields. It was kind of pricey for a completely unserviced campsite, but the value is in its close proximity to the show. There is no more convenient accommodation unless you're on a vending site. And it was clean and relatively spacious. Cost was $60 per night, paid at arrival by credit card only. The swap meet opened each morning to the Star-Spangled Banner played over the loudspeakers at 8 a.m. Then the hunt was on. You can find everything from spark plugs to complete cars, but there is no organization. You've got to search vendor by vendor, table by table, and box by box. I saw more Model T parts for sale in 10 minutes at Hershey than I've seen at every Ontario swap meet and flea market that I attended all year. There's a lot there, but it can be very time-consuming to find exactly what you're looking for. I had a GoPro mounted high on a pole on the wagon I was pulling, and I filmed every single aisle of the swap meet. The swap meet is huge. It took us 2.5 days to walk every aisle and look only at the tables that had parts that were of interest to us. We could have spent a lot longer at each aisle. It's an orgy of polished brass, chrome, and rust. This brings us to Flivver's first law of swap meets. If you find something you've been searching for, buy it. It won't be there if you come back for it later. From time to time, you get swarmed by personal mobility scooters and golf carts. But I shouldn't be too critical, because that'll be me soon enough. My friend Russ tried to explain Hershey to me like this. It's kind of like the Grand Canyon. Someone can describe it to you and show you pictures, but you can't truly appreciate it until you, yourself, are there in person and can drink in the grandeur. If you're looking for parts for your antique car, Hershey is the place. There's no other swap meet like it. Who knew you could spend 3 days staring at tables and tables of rusty parts and remain totally enthralled the whole time? The days just flew by. Flivver's second law of swap meets. The likelihood of finding a part is inversely proportional to your need. Once a rare part is found, it then turns up everywhere in better condition at a cheaper price. Be prepared to buy it twice. We were blessed with splendid weather. It was sunny and cool all week. And where else can you have a steam car putt by while you're browsing rusty carburetors? Or stumble upon a perfectly restored Duesenberg while rifling through boxes of old spark plugs. A frickin' Duesenberg just sitting there. And it's very racially diverse. You'll see every kind of old white man there. Even if you don't need many parts, it's a bucket list event. There are incredible rare cars to see, interesting vendors, and special events like auctions and movies to see. Remember to take along the tools you need to correctly identify and size the parts you're looking for. Basics include a tape measure, a straight edge, photos, templates of matching parts, and that sort of thing. And lots of bungees and other rope to tie larger items onto your car. Third law of swap meets: regret is inevitable. There will be things you wish you bought that you didn't. And there will be things you did buy that you shouldn't have. Get over it. There's always next year. Hershey is so big that the 3 days of the swap meet and the 1 day of the car show really isn't enough to take it all in. I suspect you have to go back more than once if you want to be able to see everything. And after my one visit, I can't imagine not going back. I bought a few interesting parts that should give me some cool projects this winter and allow me to make some content for the channel. I met some great people and had a great time. Watch for more videos on this topic in the Hershey 2024 playlist on Flivver Channel. This is Steven signing off. Thanks for watching.